Magnification volume 0%.
Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have for you Transformers Studios series Six-Shot. He is a weaponizer, and this is a continuation on my weaponizer series. It got disrupted by the Black Zarek head, and then Terrazor came in the mail, and I wanted to get both of those things out because I had forgotten about the head of Black Zarek, my bad, and I wanted to get the Terrazor out while it was still fresh in everyone's minds, maybe catch a couple extra views. Didn't really work out that way, but you know, c'est la vie. All right, here is Six-Shot. Now, if you don't know who Six-Shot is the partner to Slammer, in the sense that both of them came with Metroplex, and both of them are guardians of Metroplex. Slammer was the ground assault guardian, the individual who drives around the streets and makes sure everything is okay. You know, Six-Shot here, though. Or is it Six-Gun? No, I think it's Six-Shot. No. Six-Gun. Six-Shot's the Decepticon. Six-Gun is is him. So anyway, Six-Gun here he would be flying around. He was an aircraft, and he would fly around and protect the skies of Metroplex while Slammer protected the ground. And it was a neat little duo team, and I was extremely excited to get Slammer because that means that, you know, his brother, Six-Gun here, I already have. So, you know, I now have the family of Protectabots necessary to protect Metroplex, and all I'm missing is a Metroplex, but I've seen the prices for that Metroplex, and I'm not about to get that Metroplex anytime soon, unless one of you fans wants to, you know, purchase an $800 item for me. I wouldn't say no, but I'd be very weird about it because I'd just be like, holy shit, you just purchased some huge item for me. So we've got Six-Shot here, and that's about it with him. He just came with the Metroplex. He wasn't really in any major medias, from what I understand. You know, but this is his first time ever being in a robot mode. He's always just been a vehicle or a weapons stand. So this is pretty neat. All right, well, you know, I've talked about him, at least his history. So let's talk about the figure itself. So this figure came out in 2019. And it's made with that good high quality plastic from Seige, that stuff that we all love from Seige. And before I really get into the down dirty on him and talk about the positives and negatives to this guy, let's talk about his measurements. So we got a new handy dandy updated measuring pad out here. I'm going to grab him and just do it by, make sure you're standing up straight. We don't want you leaning or messing up your measurements. Don't scrunch. I'm trying to measure you. Put the guns down. Put the guns down. Good grief. Alright, there we go. Boom. That's it right there. Right there. Hey, good grief. Good grief. This guy's got some problems with his legs. I'm just going to admit that. Alright. Stand still. Stand still and let me measure you. Good grief. You're worse than an antsy little 7-year-old. Alright, there. Alright. So, was that the 16 spot? Yeah, that's 17 studs tall. Yeah, he's not a very tall guy. He's only 17 studs tall. Let's get the Bumblebee out here for the comparisons. Okay, here's Mr. Bumblebee and all of his glory. And absolutely love comparing everything to the Bumblebee because the Bumblebee was the smallest deluxe that you could possibly get in Earthrise in the War for Cybertron series, and I really enjoy making sure that we measure everything or compare everything to the smallest possible thing, because then all you have to do is go up. So, all right, Bumblebee's head goes up midway up the chest line of this guy. So how Bumblebee stands towards most deluxes. Yeah. And then, of course, like always, you got to pull back the leg and then get Bumblebee out of here. There we go. All right. So let's talk about this guy and his positives and negatives. Six-Shot here has got some decent articulation for what he is, but, you know, it's also some bad articulation too. It doesn't have double jointed elbows, which is just something that kind of infuriates me a little bit. I'm really get annoyed by all these single jointed elbows. I'm like, guys, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe that you have the gumption to create some really amazing double jointed elbow stuff, and it's so annoying when you don't get that. Um, Sculpt wise, well, let's talk about the other negative. Other than non double jointed elbows, the this guy's got decent knees. These knees are actually single jointed as well, which is annoying. So single jointed knees, but they are decent and they are stiff, so you can get some posability out of them. But we come to the biggest negative I have with this figure. This figure would be perfect, in my opinion. It would just be amazing if it wasn't for these toes. See, the toes have a very hollow section to them. There's not much plastic there. And they fold upwards to collapse against the top of the leg. And what that does is it causes problems. And since it's so hollow, it actually can fold in too much over the top of the lower leg, the lower foot area. So what happens is it doesn't have a great strong connection point there, and you can accidentally, have him lean forwards and stuff. The toes will always try to fold upwards. I wish there was some sort of peg or panel that they had given us that you could fold over those toes to help stop them from folding back upwards during, when you're messing with him and setting him into poses. Those toes are very annoying, and honestly, those toes and the single jointed elbows and knees, in my opinion, is the worst thing about this figure. That is it. This guy's got everything else under the sun. He's pretty cool. So let's talk about his molding now. His plastic is all that good quality Seige stuff. All that plastic that you grew to love in Seige. It's got some mixed in plastics that they utilized more often in Earthrise, but they only used it in small areas, like little panels and stuff. It isn't like with Earthrise, where a lot of their figures they use that crappy plastic on just about everything. Now here, it's only used in very small areas, like this. The cockpit area here is no wait. That cockpit area is actually made of the better plastic. Can't think of anything that actually is made of that other plastic other than the toes. The toes are the only ones that I can think of. Maybe there's more in there, and I'm just not seeing it with my hands. But oh well. Sculpting wise, let's talk about that. So he becomes a plane. So we got his little cockpit that folds down over the front of his chest area. Look at that. You know what? They could do that without any faux parts. This isn't a faux piece. This is actually the cockpit to a plane that's folded over the chest area. Oh my God! Wow! A plane that actually had the cockpit that could fold over. Good job, Seige Six Shot. I wish the Seige Seekers mold had something similar to that. That'd be cool. And I like to pick on Seige. Oh, I mistransformed him. This little panel on his back is supposed to fold down, or it can fold up. I like to keep it up, so the guns can raise up. More about him. Let's see. Molding wise, this guy's name is Six Shot, so he's coming with a lot of guns. Like, this guy didn't come with any real accessories because he is accessories. He's all accessories. So on his arm, his entire arm is actually some weird mix between a helicopter blade, a little secure area for jet engines or something, or a helicopter blade, and then he's got this gun that stretches down below his hand, which he can lower his hand down and pick his arm up and fire. He's also got another gun that sits above his arm, so he can rotate his arm backwards and fire, I guess. These guns also can be pulled out of their sockets, and then you are left with some places where you can plug in blast effects, which is pretty neat. Plug the little one back in on the top, and then the big one here, the one that unplugs from the bottom, actually has a Seige port in the back of it, so you can plug it in other places if you want, which is pretty neat. This thing is, as weaponizers go, it's one of the best in my opinion. I've definitely been able to utilize the majority of these weapons, except for the fun ones. I really have a hard time using those, and I'll talk about those in blind builds. I think that will be blind builds 03. Yeah, the third blind builds episode. Molding wise, he's got very little siege ports. He's got 1, 2. Let's see. No. Nope.
Service updating.
Nope. Any on the back? Nope. There's one there, so 3, 4, 5, counting his hands. And then if we unplug things, well, then we can count the tops of each of these guns. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we can count these on the tops of each of his shoulders as 10 and 11. But we plug these things back in. And that's about it. He's got 11. If we cheat a little, he's got 11. Now, male siege ports on the other end, he's got a lot more than normal. So he's got 1 there hidden under his arm. He's got another one there, so that's 2. Then he's got 3, 4. There's some on the front of his leg too. I think it has to spin out. So 5, 6. And then anywhere else? Oh, no, I counted those. Did I count those? Yeah, I counted those. 7, 8. I didn't count those 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, no, 9 and 10 are on the backs. So there's little siege pegs on the backs. So 9 and 10 are back there. And any more? I don't think there's any more. So 10. 10 male siege ports and 11 female siege pegs. So there you go. He's definitely got an assortment of modular capabilities here. Posability for this guy is pretty good. You can get him in some decent poses. Like you can do the one-legged pose pretty well without much effort, and you get him to stand up like that. Can we get him to stand on one leg on the other direction? Can we do it? Boom! Look at that, one-legged again. He is a well-balanced figure. They did a good job. Flip him around. His backpack is very minuscule. It's just these 4 barrels of a gun sticking up out of his back. And other than the toes, he is one excellent transformer. And if you can find this guy, I recommend that you pick him up. You may actually really enjoy him, and the fact that he disassembles and becomes a bunch of weapons for your other action figures, and weapons that aren't goofy looking either, or at least not goofy feeling. I'm not sure how they look exactly, but I'm sure that they look all right. But anyway, guys, I am Blind Prime, and you have been watching More Than Meets the Eye, and I hope that you have enjoyed the episode, and please tune in next time as we will do the Blind Prime Blind Builds episode on how to disassemble Six-Gun here and reassemble him into a spaceship of some sort, like a urban attack helicopter or something like that. I don't know. It's spacey. So come check it out next time. All right. Well, until next time. Bye-bye for now.